Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for turning in today's Play Economy. Apologies on the late start. My power went out right as we were about to hit the go live. So, fun, festive times indeed. I'm your host, Ryan Strex. We are not joined today by the illustrious Beckatron, who always likes to shit on me for my terrible game playing skills. She is actually moderating some and emceeing some wonderful panels at NFT NYC. So if you are so lucky to not be myself, Coach Pat, and or Noah the DGen, actually in New York at NFT NYC right now, make sure to hit her up. Other than that, I am joined by the lovely folks at MetaOps today. Coach Pat, Noah the DGen. Thanks for coming on. It's great to have you here.
What is up, guys?
It's a pleasure being here.
Definitely excited.
Well, I guess before we dig in and do the fun stuff, which is like play video games and have fun and whatnot, I guess introduce yourselves real quick and then maybe lay the land. Make me fall into your lore of MetaOps to kind of introduce everyone to the concept.
Absolutely. So my name is Patrick Schulte. I'm one of the co-founders at MetaOps. I'm actually been working on this for the last 12 months with this great team I would say we have now. And we're a first-person shooter on Solana, and our NFT assets are things like skins, weapon charms, gun skins, things of that nature that are purely cosmetic. And actually, so we're just making sure it's not a play to win or a pay to win. And so it's been a really exciting time. I mean, I would say on the front line of most of this development. I mean, we have one of the first abilities. If you check out my screen, since I shared it, you can actually see the
hold
fact
on.
that,
Well, here we go. Coach Pat showing off. Ooh, fancy.
and this is actually us being able to call the blockchain directly into our standalone Unity game without a external pop-up browser. So every other company but us, they have to open up a pop-up browser and press OK, and then you can deal with the asset. But for us, it's a seamless transition, and it actually doesn't download until you actually click on it. So if you look up here, when I change it and press apply, that is actually the only time it actually downloads to your game. And so this allows us to have hundreds of different assets next to each other and allow them to, I would say, stack up and have a ton of them without taking up as much data. And so it's been, I would say, a really exciting time for our game, at least. And I mean, it's been great. We're a first-person shooter, like I was saying, and we're looking to corner the market on that competitive gaming.
Awesome. And I see Jacob is jumping in here as well. So as soon as Jacob turns on his camera, if he feels so inclined, I'm going to pull him up on stage as well. But Noah, introduce yourself.
Sounds good. So for those who don't know me, I'm Noah, the head of marketing at Open Portal Studios. We're responsible for the title MetaOps. As Patrick was just explaining, we're a tactical 6v6 first-person shooter built on Unity. And our biggest objective really with MetaOps is to bring the power to the hands of the players through ownership of in-game items and NFTs. So that's our overall objective. And I think we're doing just that. I mean, he just showed off some of our PFPs in-game, and that's one of the technologies that we've created. But yeah, it's nice to meet everybody, and I'm happy to be here.
And then last but not least, Jacob, thanks for jumping in, sir. Luckily, you're not too late because I was super late in the first place. But go ahead. Let everyone know who you are and introduce yourself because we have the Blockworks community here as well.
Well, it's nice to meet your community. We are excited to be here. I'm Jacob. I'm the co-founder with Patrick for this. My focus is mostly on the technical integration side of the blockchain. So like what is possible, what hasn't been possible, and just stuff that we can, hurdles we need to jump over. And that's really my role with MetaOps itself. Patrick is really, really good at designing the maps and the actual, gameplay itself.
Okay.
He comes from a really, really strong background of gaming, even competitive gaming. So like the ins and outs of those mechanics, that's stuff that I don't trust myself to do. And luckily, I can lean on Patrick, and luckily he can lean on me for the integration side of stuff. So it's this really good partnership. And then obviously beautiful Noah here doing the most on marketing. I mean, our team is nonstop working, but yeah, all in all, super excited to be here.
Amazing. Well, very cool, friends. And here on Play Economy, as everyone knows, we like to just start with our desserts first. Like I like to say to my children every day for dinner, fuck the vegetables. Let's jump on in and look at some gameplay. I want to pull it up and get you guys to jump in while I am figuring out my technical issues with everything that happened with the power outage real quick. But would love for you guys get in, show some gameplay, and then maybe while you guys are playing, let's talk about the lore. Let's set up the MetaOps. Like, I want to have, I don't know, I'm a dungeon master. I moonlight as a dungeon master when I'm not doing all the other things in my life. But I love like stage building and like lore setting. So like, set me up. Why MetaOps? Like, what's happening in this first person shooter world of like crazy, I don't know, robot people?
Yeah, so actually right now these guys are more on the human side. So
okay, cool.
essentially where we're at with our lore is there's this big war that actually happened, and so it was a gas war, and so it was basically the world came into a crippling halt because of the difference of the, I would say, the bad practices that some of these things are, where it's, I guess, extrapolated a little bit, but that's essentially what happens is in the future the world's collapsing, and then they find this ability to get to the metaverse, and then it is taken from them, and so then it's the fight to get it back. And so that's all we'll say for now until we release the official trailer, but it's definitely exciting.
Nice. All right. So queue up some gameplay. What are the different types of modes that you guys have? This is in beta now, alpha. Where are we in that process?
So just to touch on something, Patrick was trying so hard not to just leak everything that's not public yet.
We love leaks. We love leaks.
So we are going to be, currently we're working on like our revised white paper and updated light paper and stuff. That's going to include a lot of the lore and backstory. And so definitely look out for that over the next couple of weeks. As far as beta and alpha goes, previously we were on Immutable X and we weren't aiming as high as we wanted to aim. So we were comfortable in saying we were in beta, and we kind of rolled it back as we readjusted and moved to Solana. And we said, well, we want to include every single feature that not only a standard, FPS has, but also a standard quote unquote metaverse has. So we rolled it back to alpha, cleaned it up a little bit, added a bunch of new things. And so that's where we currently are right now, back in our alpha stage for our holders.
Interesting. Okay. Are you guys, okay, actually first, let's get into gameplay. Let's give the people what they want. Hit that play button if everyone's in until I figure out my Solana thing. And maybe there's a whitelist thing that I need to sort out. But I'd love to see some actual gameplay. All right. This is map. What of what? How many maps are there?
So this is the second map. We actually have a third map coming out hopefully next week. That's some alpha right there for you.
Hey, dropping it live.
Dropping it live.
It looks like you're getting shot, sir.
Oh, I was getting shot.
Oof, that's harsh.
Absolutely turned on by the shotty.
Yeah. All right, so
stream quality's a little rough, Ryan. Is there anything we can do about that?
That would be a Coach Pat. Is Coach Pat I have pulled up right now. Unless one of you guys has a better connection, we can swap it in and out and share screens. If anyone's plugged into that hardwire. I'm
plugged into the hardwire.
Interesting.
Right next to the modem too.
Interesting.
Yeah, dude. No, I set the office up. Well, I've got it so I actually just moved, but I've got the modem right there. So, yeah, I'm actually loving this new place. That's for sure.
All right. And I know
it may work itself out there, Ryan.
Okay. Cool. So you actually brought up something really, really interesting. So on Immutable X, you said it wasn't big enough for your goals. I am trying to log into my wallet on Solana right now to get access to the game. Is that where you guys are right now? I know, tough. Is that where you guys are right now? Like, what was that decision behind that decision? Because I was just talking with someone last week who they were like, Immutable X is like the future of where we're doing all of this stuff. So it's very interesting to hear two sides of the coin. And I'd love to hear the pros and cons. I'm sure there's a lot of game developers out there that are actually making the decisions that you're making right now. Like, which is the protocol that I want to like kind of tie my self to and live within that ecosystem?
So I will kind of start it off, and then I'll pass it over to you, Noah, for some of the marketing stuff, the challenges we had over there. So for starters, I mean, just purely technical side, you got to keep in mind we were on Immutable X about 8 months ago.
Got it.
So some of the APIs and connections that are there now were not there back then. And we couldn't even get NFT integration directly in the game like we have now.
Interesting.
It was very buggy with layer 2 protocols. I mean, they're still in their infancy, which is totally understandable. But it just was not working out for us, and we wanted to expand our player community quicker than what they could offer. That's kind of the all in all on the tech side. Just to say, when we did move to Solana, within 3 days, we were getting NFTs and currencies inside and outside of our game.
Wow.
The tough part about it is you do see blockchain connection with a lot of browser-based games or like WebGL. So just straight up the browser, connect your wallet. But that's purely JavaScript. So it's just reading off of your screen. With our game, it's downloadable. So we had to pretty much develop the Rosetta Stone for Unity to speak with the Solana blockchain. And that was one of the coolest things that our development team has done.
And do it in real time as well. I mean, that's another, I think it's the craziest part.
So just to give you kind of some benefits of doing that. So for example, our game, I don't like comparing it to things. So I'm going to try to stay away from doing that. But we'll just do it to the standard gaming market out there, right? You got large titles like Call of Duty, and those are 130 gigabyte games. Right. It's a lot of file storage. The great thing about us is most of our assets are stored on the blockchain. So unless the player's using it real time, they don't have to do one large download. Our download size isn't going to become up to that 100 gigabyte range because it's being stored on the blockchain. And as you use that asset, that's when you download it real time. So you don't have to download every other player's asset all at once.
That's really, really cool. And I didn't think about the technical side of that as well. But since it's just like pulling, it's not like a gas fee every single time to load up this asset, right? It's just getting pulled from the chain. So when someone is wearing like a crazy clown costume, because I assume that's what you're going to put in for all your skins, right?
Like reading your wallet when you're signing for like Magic Eden or something.
That's really, really cool. And so, the gameplay so far does look really, really familiar. It does look really fun. I'm terrible at first-person shooters, so like, this is. I'm glad that I'm not getting stomped live for the internet right now. So thank you for that.
Got shotgun from behind. I was just like, oh, brutal.
Yeah. So what's nice is this feels really familiar. Sure, we want to get crypto gamers onto this so that they're coming in and playing and stuff like that. What is next? How do you get, like, my brother, illustrious World of Warcraft player, who I tried to give him an NFT for his birthday. He was like, "Nah, I'm okay." Feeling like every other Redditor on anything NFT gaming. How do you convince my brother or whoever to come in and like this? You know what? I'm gonna play this game, even though it has NFTs, even though they're scary, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. So my take on that. It really is that you kind of got to educate that gamer, right? So every gamer is, I would say, they want ownership of their digital assets and they want to be able to sell it, because who wouldn't want to say that they owned a weapon that was created by Call of Duty when it first came out, right? If you could say that you owned one of the original weapons and then you could turn around and resell it in the future, even just because Call of Duty's demographic went up, just having that ability to do that is something that isn't in the gaming space as of now. So I feel like educating them on that, as well as taking the blockchain really out of it, making it a secondary item. Because right now what we're working on is we're integrating an email list, where you can sign up with your email as well as password, so that players would be able to create an account without having to own an NFT to get access to the game. Because our biggest push is going to be the free-to-play aspect in the future. And then we're going to push for more players to come in, try the game, and make the blockchain a secondary thing that they learn about if they want to be a part of our play-to-earn side. So as of right now, it's going to be a push with streamers getting, I would say, the everyday streamer, not just the Web3 streamer, interested in the game, and just basically giving them references that they could be familiar with. For example, like CSGO. Back in the day, people were able to sell their knives, weapons, skins, whatever on CSGO. But now they have an issue with it because it's on the blockchain, right? But it's the same exact thing. The only difference is now it's public and you could see the transactions being, had and done within the blockchain. So I feel like it's just a misunderstanding and eventually it will iron itself out. But that's going to be a couple years down the road. But as long as we can take out the blockchain aspect, I feel like that's how we can get them integrated.
Kind of that abstraction level. I like it. And just to put this out there, TGI Fresco is very sold on the fact that Pat's mustache told Jacob's mustache to quit hiding. I just want to put it out there that not only are we playing games, people are calling out facial hair. I'll have you guys know, you guys are looking at the lovely man who has put in a week's worth of growth right now for this live stream. I was trying to come prepared, but unfortunately, I'm hairless as a naked mole rat. So, well, this is cool. So talk me through, as much as you guys are willing to leak, talk me through the roadmap right now. We went from beta to alpha. We're developing a bunch of things right now. The only way to get access is to have the NFT. Like, what's the next big thing that's happening for MetaOps?
Let's let Jacob start this one off.
Sure. So first and foremost, I got patchy facial hair. It's not my fault. It runs in the family. Okay.
Not everyone is this gifted, I have to say.
Yeah, it's crazy. As far as the roadmap goes, I mean, if you go look at the current roadmap posted on the site or in our Discord, we've smashed through about 90% of it. The things left are obviously the 3D or the PFPs turning into 3D NFTs. So the 3D models usable in game. That's right on the horizon. And then also our bunkers and the customization that comes with that is coming around the corner too. That is our kind of first step and lean into expanding our metaverse side of things. That's just keeping players in the game and not necessarily just doing a fast-paced shooter, right? So social interaction side of stuff, and that's where our main focus is coming up. And as I did say, the roadmap that we have out has pretty much been smashed. So keep your eye out for a revamped one coming soon. We do have some really, really big stuff coming out. I don't know if you've been following our news or newsletters in our Discord, but we did announce that Arcade to Earn came on as our advisors. So oh, dude, they are spectacular. I love those guys. They've been a really, really good help in developing our in-game economy. Yes, sir. I mean, seriously, these guys are as professional as they get. These are industry professionals coming into a brand new industry to educate more people. It's, and this isn't a paid promotion, even though they're our advisors. I'm being dead serious. It's been awesome. So
we got the audience asking the tough questions today. Really, really pulling it through. Who is your favorite arcade team member?
I'm gonna go with Jaleel because he's the attorney.
That guy can end you if you're not careful. Yeah.
Good choice there, Jacob. Good choice.
Yeah. Well, that sounds really, really cool. I'm excited for you guys. So at the beginning, you kind of touched on this, guys, a little bit. Like, what's your background? I feel like there's a lot of people out there who are like, I love crypto and video games, and then they go out and they like sell a bunch of NFTs and like, I'm going to make the greatest game in the world. So like, tell me a little bit about the backstory. Like, what prompted the three of you to be on a call, not only with me, but like with each other, leading to where we are today? I'd love to hear a little bit about that.
I can start this one.
So
yeah, so I've been on the semi-professional gaming scene for a long time, and like I competed in middle school, high school. Then I was on an esports team at A&M, and then
you're an Aggie. Oh my goodness!
I'm an Aggie. Giga
Interesting. Giga Mag.
On the lacrosse team,
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. Yeah,
so,
class of 21.
We are way older than you, so we are not getting into that age bracket today. So, that's cool.
Yeah. And I got my industrial engineering degree, and so from there, I mean, it was just playing video games and wanting something more from it. And so I called the person who I knew the most about the blockchain, which is Jacob, and then Jacob was just ready to go. And then it was basically, like he said earlier, Jacob's just done all the blockchain stuff. I mean, I have a good handle on things, but I mean, Jacob
Okay.
definitely has got his shit together. And so I've just been focusing on gaming and being able to create these maps. We've got a new one coming out, as well as we're working on new game modes. We're working on just a lot of other stuff. I'm even picking like music, specific like instruments and songs to make sure that it sounds good for, different cutscenes. It's definitely a dream come true, I have to say.
Nice.
Kudos to Patrick for playing and talking at the same time. It's something I can never do.
That's why we call people on. It's kind of like, you wanna break down their guard and get them distracted to leak all the alpha when they're not thinking about what they're not allowed to talk about. So it's a sneaky ploy, but it works. And then Noah, tell me more.
Yes. So I actually stumbled upon Jacob in a Twitter space. But before that, I've been doing marketing for over 5 years. I've owned 2 companies, which I've sold. One was a jewelry company and the other was an electronic scooter company. And I did the marketing for each. I've run many campaigns for other brands, helped build out revenue streams organically for them and help them push to the next level. So as soon as I stumbled upon Jacob inside of a space, he was showing the project. And I was like, wow, this sounds amazing. Like, I haven't seen this. I've been looking into play to earn games and this is right up my alley, right? And I asked him, like, hey, do you need help with marketing? Do you have anybody on your team as of now? And he said, hey, like, we are just doing it ourselves as of now. And if you want to come in, like, that would be, a help to us. They vetted me. They went through the process with the interview. And then from there, I joined the team in November of last year, and they haven't been able to get rid of me.
Nice. I assume the hiring process is just hopping in, and if you can get a headshot within the first minute on any of the original devs, then you're just hired, and then they'll figure it out after the fact.
Well, that's the initiation.
It was if you can get a kill on one of the original bots that we had, because those things shoot you with the shotgun from across the map.
Really?
Yes, dude.
Snipers.
Yeah, in a little bit, Noah, if you want to go pull up one of those old YouTube videos, that first one we put out with me like walking around with a big smile on my face. It's just show how far that game development's come. I think it'd be kind of cool. So yeah, just like Noah said, I mean, a great point to add on is we do hire from inside of our community. Most of the people we've met have been through our Discord. We put them through the vetting process. They show us what they're capable of. We make sure that they are passionate about the project, and if so, we can find a spot for them, right? And then, our whole goal here is to help people excel. Everything we're doing is pioneering. There isn't necessarily a script to go by marketing blockchain projects like what Noah's doing. He's developing that script himself.
I work as a sales director at Blockworks during my day job when I'm not moonlighting as a host, so I can give you a script for marketing if you guys need one. Don't worry. But that's just subtle drop. Yeah.
I feel like it's so interesting because
it's way different for sure.
It's so weird. And
it's
so
I guess a very weird industry. Yeah.
It really
my
is.
puny engineering brain doesn't understand.
Patrick's like, this is exactly, we have everything mapped out.
Enough. But you put a 0, you turn it from a 0 to a 1, and then it works. Like, what's going on? But that's cool. I love the background, and it's actually you bring up a really good point. I was earlier today I was scrolling through Twitter like one does professionally in the crypto industry, which it seems like you're not doing your job if you're not spending at least an hour in crypto Twitter a day. And Jason Brink from Gala Games, he actually said something that was really, really interesting, and it echoes to like I guess why Noah's here and other people. Like, the best way to get a job in this industry isn't, hey, I need to go on to Coinbase's website, RIP on all those job applicants, but like not going and trying to like go through the traditional means. It's very community driven. It's very like, hey, if I do something for you, like I can prove myself because I believe in what you all are doing. Like, that seems to carry so much more weight and is getting people jobs so much faster through the community, through these Discords, than anything traditional that's happened out there in those kind of application processes. So that's really interesting to hear that happened not only at Gala Games, but here in a lot of ways as well. So that's really, really cool.
Right. I mean, the space is full of opportunity, and there's no doubt about that. That's why we implore people to hop up in these Twitter spaces, say their piece, introduce yourself. You never know what somebody's looking for, right?
Yeah, for sure. there's one other thing that you kind of mentioned, and I'd love to dig into this as well. So we're playing this first-person shooter. You say fast-paced first-person shooter game. You also mentioned Metaverse. So like, how far can we go into this? Like, what are you thinking there? How does this first-person shooter translate to also people just hanging out in this Metaverse world that wasn't quite ready for what was happening before 8 months ago? I'm curious.
Right. So if you go look at some of the sneak peeks of our new bunkers, I mean, these things are absolutely massive. If you have, for anybody out there who has been playing the game for a while, you saw like our first rendition of the bunker. It was this, cool room. It was like the control room. There's TV screens on there, really cool stuff. But it was too closed for our liking. So we decided, all right, heads down. Let's make this giant environment, not have to force people to buy something to use it, right? So we're not selling a bunker to people. We wanted to give this to everybody because I think it's necessary for what we're going to do moving forward.
Yeah.
And yeah, so those, anyways, the bunker's like that first step. Like I said, we are going to let friends interact with each other, display your PFPs, have like a weapons rack, all these different customizable options. And then even further, because we do have a fast-paced shooter game, winners of tournaments can display trophies in their trophy room, flex on their friends, all this kind of stuff. And it all ties into our in-game economy, which we can touch on a little later.
Do you guys really just want to live in like Ready Player One situations? Like that is what it is? Okay, because I'm ready to leave my meat suit. Don't you worry. If I could just plug into the mainframe, I'd be done. It'd be it. That's really, really cool. So I know we've been watching and playing here for a little bit, but I always like to wax poetic, if you will, pontificate on the future of player ownership and whatnot. I know games like this, and it seems like you guys are either have been developing for a little while or developing like way faster than Lightspeed. Take like 3 to 5 years, in some AAA games even 5 to 8 years to really come out with something good. What do you see as next? Like if you guys are building for this game and not beta, not alpha, not zeta, Catherine Zeta-Jones, what does that was a terrible joke? Sorry. What do you see in the next 3 to 5 years? Do you think like the game that's going to take WoW off of its throne is here? Is being built today? Like, what do you guys think? What do you guys see? What's exciting?
WoW is a World of Warcraft?
Yes, World of Warcraft. Excuse me.
I mean, I would say they're a little bit separate games, but I mean...
Well, yeah, let's just say like CSGO or Call of Duty. Like,
absolutely.
Why, like not just you guys competing, but like what makes that happen? What changes the game? Like, what is the linchpin that changes this? I'm super curious. From people building in the space who believe day in and day out that this is going to happen.
Yeah, so my take on that is right now in what I would call big gaming is you see a lot of, I would say, companies coming out with games that are just in their interest to sell project or items to people, right, with the microtransactions. Right. But what we are starting to see in the crypto space and now with indie games within the crypto space, I would say Web3 itself specifically, is an adoption of community interest within the game and building from the community. For example, with us, what we do is we ask our community what they would like to see, and we try to figure out what aspects of the game they hate the most as of right now while we're in closed alpha.
It's not like, what do you guys like? It's like, nah, what do we need to get rid of?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what do you like? Well, it's the same, right? What do you like? Yeah. What do you not like? You have to ask every question, right? Because if they don't like it, you need to get rid of it. If they like it, you need to keep it, maybe touch it up a little bit more because it can always be made better. And if you allow the community to provide that input, one, they feel like they're helping build the product and go through the process with you. And two, you get feedback right from the people who are playing your game, the people who want to play. So at that point, you get to build a game tailored to your community rather than tailored towards just selling to the traditional FPS gamer in a sense. So my take would be, you're going to see maybe an indie, I would say an indie game come up and get rid of World of Warcraft in a sense, or maybe take over where it's going because they're maybe not looking at their audience and trying to see what they really want as a whole. Whenever this, for example, a project will come out and specifically from the beginning, focus on their community and try and scale that and make that scalable rather than ignoring them, right? So that's my take, at least.
Interesting. Jacob and our coach Pat, do you? And it looks like you're both playing, but does it? Do you have a hot take? Yeah,
I'd say that the best way to get players playing and keep this a mainstream game would be to get a bunch of streamers and get a bunch of streamers interested in it and show them that, hey, this is actually legit. I mean, we have a bunch of things coming that we're excited about. One of them is a trailer mode, just like your normal clipping and stuff like that. But this time you can turn it into an NFT through an MP4. And so imagine you hit like a crazy trick shot across the map, and then you sell that rights to that advertising, right? You do it on TikTok and someone posts it, gets 100,000 views. Well, imagine if you had the receipt for it and that you could be able to, get some money back, say, hey, I'm entitled to a portion of this. And I mean, that's a little instance, I would say. I mean, let alone that and just the items and being able to sell and take them to the next title. I mean, if you saw the new Call of Duty announcement for Modern Warfare 2, they just said that all the skins, all the camos, everything you just paid for will not transfer over to the new game. And so
that's another reason that we all love microtransactions in games, right there. There it is.
That's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, that's the whole point. One of the points for doing this is the fact that you're now able to take it game to game. I mean, not only can you do this PFP where I selected it at the very beginning, but you can take a character skin, you can take weapon skins, and that's what we're sizing up to do. And I mean, as soon as we get on the mobile and the other different platforms that we want to be on, it'll be a whole different ballgame, I think. And that's I would say coming very soon.
Nice. And TGI Fresco brings up a very good point. Just remembering the videos from the Echo Slam and the first Dota 2 internationals, or even more importantly, Leroy Jenkins as an NFT.
Leroy Jenkins.
That is. I use that on my wife sometimes, just for the hell of it. So that's. I mean, I echo all the things. I'm one of the things that I'm still trying to figure out, and it's not. I don't know what the answer is, but there's going to be some beautiful use case for NFTs that, sure, like, don't get me wrong, like, I would love to have my sick ass skin that I like earn from MetaOps, and then like some crazy sword that I earn an Ember Sword, and then some like cards that I can pull out of my pack from like Gods Unchained. Like, those are some things that would be great to have on my avatar that's plugged into the mainframe once I give up my meatbag body. But I feel like there's something that, and I don't know what this answer is. So like I want to figure it out with the people who are building this space. What is gameplay that is unlocked that can't be done without NFTs? Like gated games, whatever. Like, this is a question that I don't think there's an answer to yet, and maybe there is. But there's some beautiful NFT use in a game that hasn't been developed yet, and I wonder what.
You can't do just a simple calling from the blockchain and having players not have to download so like for Call of Duty, when you load in, you have to pretty much download every single person's skin and every single person's character in the game. You don't have to do that anymore. I mean, we have proved it.
And so would that mean so, which is awesome. So just from like a technical standpoint, like I could in let's say a mobile client versus having it on my desktop, like, because I don't have to I'm currently dealing, and I get the messages from Apple every day saying like, you are running out of space on your phone, sign up for like $29.99 a month, or get your photos of your kids off your phone and put it in the Apple cloud. Like, would that be able to like space save, since I only have to load at the time of playing? Absolutely. Like those types of things?
Absolutely.
Amazing.
So that's exactly the thing. And that's the second hurdle we're running into, right? So we've already kind of accomplished that hurdle for standard PC games. So like standalone games. When you go to mobile, my God, Apple wants nothing to do with the blockchain right now.
Oh, I know.
It's a little easier on like Android, but still there's some compatibility issues. They literally will not let you speak to the blockchain because they think you're doing some kind of transaction and they're losing money on that transaction.
Interesting.
You know, so they want to. There's a weird balance that they're trying to formulate now. I think they're going to be forced to figure it out, especially here pretty soon. But there are ways around that, like having the mobile game be off chain, and then some kind of off chain credit turn into an on chain credit whenever you're on the computer. But it's very difficult. I would say, just to go back to your initial question.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll start here. I mean, the growth potential of this sector is massive, right? And that's one of the reasons why games these days are worth so much money and take so much money to build, is because there's so many people playing the game. There's so much coming in and out of that economy, and we're at the very early stages of that. Now, with that being said, okay, so we'll put it like this. Say, I don't know if you've heard about like dynamic NFTs, right? Like powering up.
Yeah, that's like I imagine, because again, this harkens to my Dungeons and Dragons love. It's like it'd be really cool to have like my character that has like the item associated with it, and then like it's my Constitution stat up levels and changes as my character's growing on chain, for sure. I think that's amazing and really, really cool.
Right. So stuff like that, just really all this entire space is about giving ownership and value to your players. Yeah. Right. It's not about giving them money necessarily. It's not like handing out cash to the players, but it's more about giving them the opportunity to build value by just doing what they love to do. Now, of course, some people aren't going to give a crap, right? They're not going to care about earning money. They play games to play games. And that's where this gap has been previously. There's no games out there. They're starting to come out like us, but there's no games that people are used to playing. There's nothing that feels like what they've been playing for 10 years. Right. So it's very hard to move them over without, like you said, some kind of direct use case that there's stuff we can do that standard games can't do. And really, that's just all about building value right now. But yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool. And you're right. I think the potential here, there's a lot of very smart people. I think, Blockworks more traditionally is always focused on the investor side of what's happening in the cryptocurrency space. And I see articles all the time. Right now, the only people that seem to be raising VC funds sucks for your kill cam. That seem to be like raising funds right now are GameFi. I'd say like 50% of the investments that's happened in the past month or 2 months is in the GameFi space. And I think not only is it because probably a lot of these people who are now venture capitalists or angel investors or whatever are like people your age, my age, who are like grew up playing video games. Are like, this is fucking cool. Like I'll like put a little bit of money down just to see if this does anything. They're probably making much more sound investment decisions than the investment thesis that I just said. But I think there's also there's the element of in the market that we are currently in, where everything is down, your dollar buys you less, and everything that's going on. The amount of entertainment that you can get for one purchase of a video game is way outsized in comparison to like how much money I have to spend on popcorn at the movie theater, especially when you have I will tell you, a family of 4 at the movie theater, when I went to the movies by myself, I thought it was expensive. Do not take your family to the movies. Watch it on Disney Plus, please. Do not take your family to the movie theater. This is a soapbox I will die on. This is my hill. I love the entertainment industry. Don't get me wrong. Absolutely enjoy it. But it's the movie theaters that are getting under my skin. But I think that especially if there is like everyone wants. It's not only the delta between how much you spend and how much entertainment you get. Then there's this like extra element on top, like people I don't know, there's people who love the hustle culture, like love a side hustle, or like they want to make extra cash on top of what they're already making. Like this gives you, it's not gonna, in the US it's not gonna supplement your income, in the EU it's not gonna supplement your income, or like not gonna replace your income, maybe in some of the places like the Philippines, which you saw with Axie before. But like this gives people a way to like I could go to my mom tomorrow and be like, Mom, I'm getting paid to play video games. And like be like, it's all coming together, So it's, I don't know. There's just a lot that's happening in the space. And I think, like you said, the opportunity is way outsized in comparison with what we're currently at, especially. I don't think people are thinking that far ahead. I think they're just seeing like, oh, it's a bunch of Web3 developers that just want to add crypto tokens to a game so that they can milk me for all the cash that I'm worth. I don't know. That's me ending my tirade in my soapbox.
No, I hear what you're saying, though. I mean, there's been an inherent need for better, more involved use cases for NFTs, right? Like you
Right.
have the art, people got onboarded because of mostly FOMO and trying to be a part of this exclusive club, right? With some of these 10,000 collections you see.
Yeah.
That's the value there. You can get a lot of value out of being in contact with those people.
Yeah.
Nothing against that whatsoever. Those are going to be around forever. But whenever you're trying to onboard the masses, you have to give them something to do. And
Yeah.
gaming is kind of the best use, in my opinion, for that.
Yeah.
I don't know where Patrick just disappeared.
I don't know. He's too busy dying. I think he's gonna curl up under his table or his desk real quick and just cry a little bit on camera. So hopefully he's okay and he makes it out the other side. I've been learning a lot that I didn't know before, especially like just the technology stack behind what you guys are doing from calling things directly on chain. That's really, really cool. This is a question we like to ask everyone that comes on the show. Like, what are you excited about? It could be MetaOps, it could be life, it could be the pursuit of happiness. What gets you out of bed in the morning right now with everything else that's going on in the world?
Gaming,
Pat,
baby.
Pat, no,
Yeah.
you want to take
All
this a
right.
little bit? Somebody just rang my doorbell, so I'll be
First
right
off,
back.
I was blowing my nose. Thank you. I didn't want to do that on
Okay.
camera. So
It's because you were
I was being
crying. You're so
courteous.
snot about that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was crying at the level of just disrespect I'm feeling in this game. Getting knifed in the back, shotgunned all the time. See, look at that. Just
Yeah, I
disrespect
know.
right there.
I
No,
know.
but it's really like, it's honestly a dream come true. Like I never really would have thought that I'd be the one to be on this great team that is forming one of the, I would say, hottest new games, creating the hottest new tech, and doing it because we see something more valuable than I would say the rest of the people do. I mean, there's so many people that when we started this told us it wouldn't happen, and now we're partnered with Justin Kahn, who's the co-founder of Twitch, and David Wirtz, the co-founder of Google Drive. And so it's like, not only them, but we constantly just meet people who are just, really, really big. I mean, I'm in a group chat with the guy who made Nyan Cat. I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, I just never would have thought that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was in a tech sales job when I first talked to Jacob, and so it was a cool tech startup. They do data, and I did really enjoy it, but it definitely wasn't like I was coasting. You know what I mean? Like there was no challenge. And then I had heard about NFTs, and then my Call of Duty account got hacked, and the hacker kept inviting my friends and stuff. And so like from there, it was pretty much just like, oh shit, we could just have assets that are registered on the blockchain, and I could see, what address has it and who is taking my assets. And so, I mean, it just made sense. And then I called Jacob, and he was like, yeah, this makes sense.
Gamers want to flex. If
Yeah.
you give,
Absolutely.
I mean,
And
that's
having a
it's
receipt
fun.
factor is just game changing as well.
Yeah, for sure. And we're watching the video Rocking the Reactor MetaOps gameplay, so this is hopefully a little less janky. If you want to send me the link too, I can pull it up on mine.
Perfect. Yeah, we'll do.
Yeah. And I don't know. I mean, we invited some people here today with the word that maybe we'll announce something cool. I know we got a little bit of alpha, or maybe some sort of sweet, dare I say, giveaway of some sort. I'm putting it up to you guys. What are we thinking today?
Definitely
Definitely.
down with the NFT
Alright.
giveaway.
Presents NFT giveaway. All right.
NFT.
So we will do a giveaway. I will donate a Rare Founders Pass NFT to one lucky person, but we will save the requirements for the very, very end of the stream. So that way somebody has to watch the entire thing in order to hear what they
All right.
do.
All right. If you let me. There we go. I'm pulling up the YouTube now so we can play this. But yes, let me hear. What does this NFT entail? For sure. So fill us in, like why it's so majestical and what's so nice about it.
Yeah, so currently we have two collections. One, our PFP collection, which I would say is tailored more towards our gamer. And that gets you a 3D character skin as well as access to the game. But what Jacob is currently giving away is our Founders Pass collection, which is where we like to pack all of our utility when it comes to our project. With our Founders Pass, you get access to the game. You get whitelist on all future drops. You get NFT airdrops. You get, access to random places within our metaverse that only you can access. and
Ooh.
potentially even more. So in the future, we always plan on adding more utility to the Founders Pass and never taking it away. So we're always reaching out to new projects, trying to see if we can get access to their tools, their technology, and see if we can apply that to our Founders Pass. So that's where I would say our crypto investor gets the most out of their buck. And
good to know. All right, and so while everyone's mulling over the sweetness of what that NFT is, I'm gonna pull up this gameplay. So hopefully it looks a little bit less janky. No offense, Coach Pat, but and if it's blowing out your ears, let me know. I can turn the volume down a little bit. There we go. Ooh, good choice on song.
And Ryan, I did just shoot you over a message in our Telegram group chat. That's some alpha you can display. Still testing, but this is our 3D ExoMod customization teaser little example here. It's not fully refined yet, but this is where we're headed with it. And did I just send you an image? I did. 1 second.
Yes, it's right.
Let me send you the video.
Ooh, okay, all right.
It's super cool. As far as what I'm excited for, though, I'm excited for a lot. One thing that we are going to be doing a lot more in the future is bigger collaborations with projects. For example, slowly starting to open up this alpha. We are planning to be 100%, playable to everybody by December 31st, January 1st. That's our target to open up
this year.
This year, that's the hope. That's the dream. Not set in stone. Lots
of
stuff to do.
It's set in stone. It was set on the internet. They will references. You can't just dates willy-nilly.
Hey, no, I hear you. I mean, everything's currently on pace to do that. It's mostly a lot of server design stuff that goes into it. How are we going to do matchmaking systems? How are we going to make sure players are, not taking advantage of our earning system? Those kind of things are really the larger hurdles stopping us from doing that at this point. But that is the goal, and I'm just going to forward you this video.
Yeah, I'm going to pull it up as well to show off all the sweetness. All right, let me download this real quick. Download. Ooh, that's a big file. Ooh, it's going to have some saucy stuff in it. Ooh, I can't wait. Yeah, here we go. Let's see. How do I download? There we go. View and downloads. He's still playing. By the way, Coach Pat, we no longer have you pulled up on the screen, so you can play as much as you want.
Yeah, as long as I'm still streaming, right?
Yeah, of course. You're totally up on the screen right now. Everyone on the internet is totally watching you. Here we go. Let me pull this video up and share this screen. Oh, why is it opening up that? Oh my goodness. Get out of here, all of you things. Open with QuickTime Player, and let me see if it will. Is there any sound associated with this? Do I need to worry about sound?
I don't believe so.
Okay, perfect. All right, so this is a little bit of an alpha share, I do believe. We have the here we go. This is the set the stage for everyone. Yeah, everyone for this. What is this? What are we looking at here?
So as you guys know, our PFP collection is going to be transitioning to 3D character models. It's our first AAA asset. You guys own it fully. We are going to figure out ways to distribute like different models in case you want to put it in other metaverses and stuff like that. But this is just a teaser. We're still working on making some of the colors pop, but this is a really good little alpha segment here.
Oh my goodness. I'm loving what I'm seeing here. This is actually really cool.
We'll also be registered to that NFT as well. So the NFTs I was selecting in the beginning, we're going to actually edit the metadata and add those characters in game.
That is super sick. Did you guys do the motion capture for these dance moves? That's what I want to know. Oh, TJ Fresco, you beat me to the punch. We both had the same
idea. Just grab them from like YouTube dance videos.
Yeah, so you can watch people. Like, you can literally have your screen capture somebody's dance move, and you just go upload it into Unity. We're using Unity 2022, and there's a lot of really cool stuff we can do with that.
Very cool. And this is going to be deep cuts, but you probably pulled it from my UNC Wilmington dance team 2012 dance
Exactly.
recital.
You got it.
Yeah. So just in case anyone's out there to troll on the internet and they want to give Play Economy an old laugh, find that YouTube video wherever it exists.
Don't let me down, internet.
Yeah, back in the infancy of the YouTube era. We'll see if they still have it on a hard drive somewhere. Well, that's cool. I think that's it for today, unless you guys have anything other exciting news announcements and whatnot to share.
So
we can make it happen.
Actually, no. Just to kind of recap everything. First of all, thank you so much for having us on here. It's been great.
Of course.
And I did miss your introduction, so I'm gonna ask you to reintroduce yourself to me a little bit.
Okay, so I am Rhinosaurus Rex. I just want to sit around and talk with people like you who are building in the space and pontificate about the future of player ownership. And these are why I ask all these kind of philosophical questions. Long-time gamer, first-time streamer, decided to kind of plug into what's happening in the GameFi space and kind of give an outlet, because Blockworks is doing a lot of stuff in crypto. I think GameFi deserves its own little thing, and that's what me and Beccatron, when she's normally here playing with us, is doing as well. Plus, she keeps me honest and lets everyone know that I'm not as good at the games as I should be. So that's nice. But yeah, that's there's a storied history of Ryan Day, which I won't get into here on the internet today. But maybe one of these times, at the bottom of a whiskey glass, we can all talk about that.
I am down. You gotta tell me this. I'm intrigued now.
Did I see that? I just should have thought.
Okay. Oh, did you?
Pat, you're not on the screen, baby.
Did you call out? Did you call out your? You needed to mint that as an NFT. Where's your functionality? Come on. We don't believe it.
So I mean, Ryan, just to kind of recap the entire conversation here today, we do have our EXO mods coming out really, really soon. Keep your eye out. Put notifications on Twitter and Discord, obviously. We also have our brand new bunkers coming out. We've teased it just briefly, but we are going to be releasing like a more full video of some of the textures and the quality of graphics that's associated with it this week. I don't want to put Noah on the spot, but he's got a schedule for that too. But really, really big stuff coming out. Our lore is going to be made public in our new white paper publishing, as well as some of the game economy, which we find really, really balanced. And it's a bit different than your standard, direct play, earn, take it out of the ecosystem and cash out. So we've been really, really working hard with Arcade to Earn in balancing that ecosystem.
Yeah. Amazing. Good job. Shout out to Arcade to Earn. Thanks for introducing me to this wonderful new game. I'm a big fan of what you all are doing at Arcade to Earn, but also MetaOps. All right, we're at the end of it officially. For all the people that stuck out, not only the 7-minute delay while my power was turned back on, but the 53 minutes and 26 seconds we have been here today, let everyone know how they can win an NFT today.
Definitely. Today we're giving away a Rare Founders Pass NFT. I've been feeling very generous lately. If you win, make sure to stake it, because you can stake and get mods. That's our ecosystem token. We will go into that a little further later. But anyways, to get right into it, I want you guys to post a tweet and tag our good friends over at Play Economy, tag Arcade to Earn, and just say...
And hashtag bang bang.
Exactly, definitely. But just say, just caught the stream over, with these guys. Just shout us out a little bit. We'll go over some of those posts. Ryan, if you have anything specific you want them to put, go for it.
Just you gotta smash that subscribe. What do all the YouTubers say nowadays? Make sure you like my video and smash that subscribe. I swear I only put cooking videos up after this. I don't know what do YouTubers say. But yeah, make sure you do all those things. This was fantastic. I would say, Jacob, post a tweet about the specific steps people need to do to make sure.
I will do it. Yes.
And then hit that follow. There we go. Smash that subscribe. And we'll see you here next week, 4 p.m. Eastern. Becca will be back. She will no longer be an NFT NYC. Thanks, guys. This is a lot of fun.
Thank you, guys. And last but not least, we are going to be in Vegas on the 8th through the 10th at this awesome expo. It's called the Metaverse Expo.io. I'll be speaking. Pat might be speaking, and we'll be displaying some gameplay there and possibly even a proof of attendance NFT. Come through. Definitely exciting stuff going on. Thank you again, Ryan.
That sounds awesome. And why am I not speaking? I gotta talk to these people. What is going on here? All right, friends. It's been Trill. It's been Vil. You all have a wonderful rest of the day. Love you always. Play Economy.
Take care.
Jeez, what a great game.